All eyes on Doge. Big run up. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday afternoon. The aftermath of today's FOMC. I saw some of you guys over on Tom Crown's channel. Always a good time over there. So glad you could just come over here. Anybody new coming in? If you came from Tom and you're there on YouTube and you're wondering, oh, what do I do now? Oh, look at that live stream. Huh. We're going to talk some more FOMC, see what's going on now. So welcome. This is my monthly aftermath video or live stream. After Mr. Crown finishes his, you come over here and you join me and we continue the discussion and figure out what is this market doing? How is this absorbing the news? And what did Chappelle actually say? So we're going to cover that. Welcome, everybody. Look where we are. We're the same. As Kriss predicted, right? Going to be a lot of volatility. You heard me. You saw me doing this, right? Right. I did it on my yesterday's live stream and also did it this morning on my video. It's like, it's going to go like this. And in the end, it's going to be about where it started. And that is about what it's doing. So we had this big wild swing. And I don't know if you guys can see the wick here, but Dogecoin's wick went all the way up to here. And then it dropped all the way down, and the wick went all the way down, the bottom wick there, right about 26.05. And then came all the way back up, all the way back down, all the way back up. I mean, that's pretty crazy, but this isn't the craziest, because if we take a look from the bottom to the top, what that percentage is, well, that is about 4%. That is a 4% ride for Dogecoin up and down in the span of about 10 minutes. It was like 10 minutes. And it was like, wow. And it was amazing how quickly the markets reacted. In fact, as we were watching on Tom's, it looked like the S&P 500 was already going up before the announcement was officially made, which was kind of interesting because we had this big run going up in this candle right before 2 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock, it just kept spiking up and hit a new all-time high up here at 66.38. And then it dumped all the way down to 65.60. So that on the S&P 500, which is like, I mean, that's a huge move. Almost 1.5% move in like 10 minutes. That is enormous. Absolutely enormous. And of course, this takes out the shorts, right? And then this takes out all the longs. Total manipulation, yes. Total manipulation. So what did Bitcoin do? Bitcoin, not as volatile today. Bitcoin just did not have the same amount of volatility. Now, there was a wick that came down to 114.7, and that certainly did take out like a bunch of longs. And we'll look at the heat maps in a little bit, but that did take out a bunch of longs as well. But the Bitcoin, I mean, it's right where it started. Look at where Bitcoin is right now. It's exactly where it's traded most of the day, right in that zone. And that's right back where it is. So this is why we say, and Tom says it as well, don't trade the FOMC because you're going to get wicked out either on the high or the low, whether you're shorting or longing. Don't do it. Don't do it, because you're going to get stopped. You're going to get liquidated depending on how you're trading it. And he said, just hold your spot and let it ride through. Let it ride through. The other interesting one, which he was showing, which I usually don't show, is gold. Now, gold is usually slow and steady gold. Wow. A new all-time high was hit. 3703 was the previous all-time high. Gold wicked up and hit a new all-time high. And then it dumped all the way down to, let's see what that level is right there. That's all the way down to 3,646 from 3,707. What was that dump? That was like over 1.5% move in gold in 10 minutes. That never happens. That never happens with gold. But look what gold is doing now, right? Gold is now coming back up, and it's going to even out, and it's going to be right where it was this morning. That's the volatility of these FOMCs. That's what happens. Crazy, huh? Crazy. So, and it wasn't just those. I mean, we looked at Doge, and the Doge is doing great here afterwards, coming up over 27 cents. Awesome. ETH also moving, but we had the memes. So one I was looking at was Bonk, and look what Bonk did. I mean, just big wick all the way back down. And usually when you see a wick like that, you see that kind of wick right there, that's usually very bearish, right? Comes all the way up, all the way down, and it usually dumps. Well, it actually didn't. And now it's even going higher and higher. But you see these, you see these big candles. And I don't typically, whoops, went back one too far. I don't typically concentrate so much on these kinds of candles, but wow, those are big moves. Those are really big moves. So Bonk is coming out of this and still moving up higher. So the memes are looking good. Somebody asked for Pepe. Let's look at what Pepe did. I didn't see Pepe, but I'm guessing, yep, similar to Bonk. Look at that. Look at this. Two green candles next to each other like that. You rarely ever see that. With a big gap too. Look at the gap. That was giant. That was just an immediate drop right at 2 o'clock. Boom. And then the volatility, and now coming out of it on the upside. Sure, Nick, we'll look at Pengu as well. See what that did. I haven't seen this one either. Similar, same thing. So it looks like all the memes are kind of doing that and coming out higher afterwards. Wow. That's awesome. So that is kind of the immediate aftermath. And where is this going to go from here? What did Trapao say? I'll get you guys in the chat in just a minute. First, was he a little hawkish? Was Powell a little hawkish? I don't know. To me, he just kind of was repeating a lot of the same stuff that we've heard before. A little more attention on jobs this time. But in the end, and I didn't get a chance to really look at the dot plots and the detail of the dot plots yet. And because they just showed it really quickly during Powell's statement. And I haven't had time to go back in and really look at what the next rate cuts mean. But Vivek already posted that the Fed is very likely to cut rates next month as well. So the 25 basis point cut on poly market is booming up. It's now at 74%. So let's take a look at the FedWatch tool and see what that says for 41 days, right? We got 41 days until the next FOMC, right? Because you all want to know that, right? When's the next rate cut, right? And here we go. October. So October, so where are we now? Well, we're 400 right now. So they're saying 86% chance for another 25 basis point rate cut, with 1% saying 50 basis point, 12% are thinking we'll pause and we won't have another cut in October. So we'll be watching this periodically as we go forward through the next month and a week there. We'll be taking a look at this and seeing what the October 29th FOMC looks like. This is right before Halloween. We're going to get another rate cut. Could be bullish, could be big. Look at Doge moving up 27.25. Bitcoin is not moving. Look at that. Bitcoin is in a red candle right now. Bitcoin is in a red candle, and the memes are all shooting up in green. So the alts are running, right? The meme coins are running, and Bitcoin's like, big nothing burger, and people are buying into alts. And why are they buying the memes? They're buying the memes because that's where the money's going to be. That's where the big gains are going to be over the next month and a half. It's going to be in these. So we're going to see this buying of Dogecoin and Pepe and Bonk and Whiff and Pengu, like all of those. This is where the money's going to be. That's why this green candle's happening right now. People are like, okay, I get it now. We survived the FOMC. There wasn't a huge tank, right? The markets didn't crash, right? And now look what's happening. Awesome. Love it. We're almost at 27.5 cents for Doge. All right, let me take a breather here. Guess what I've got? I've got a little drink here as well. Got a little drink because I was multitasking through the whole Tom Crown thing, which thank you, Joshua, of course. You caught the Tom Crown live stream. Yep. Tom gave me a shout out. So that was awesome for you guys being in the chat there and letting Tom know that you were there, because I said, go watch that, right? And now you're here. It's all good. It's all good. And you know that Tom was giving out memberships too. Were you there when he was giving out memberships? Well, guess who got a membership? KrissPax. I got one of the free memberships, even though I've already got a wrench. But I got the wrench just to help Tom out on the channel, which was cool, right? So I can help moderate. But now I'm a member and I can use Tom's fun emojis because he's got a bunch of fun emojis too. And I get a magnet next to my name. He puts magnets. So I got a magnet. I know, Ryan, right? It's totally rigged. It's totally rigged. Yes. It's all good, right? It's all good. Yep. So rigged. So rigged. I know, right? So I got a membership on Tom's channel. Only for the next month, right? But I can use Tom's fun emojis that he has on his channel. So cheers, everybody. We are back. We are back. Such a predictable move. Yep. And I predicted it. Yep. Modelo and Doge to the moon. You got it, Ron. You got it. And you caught my message right on your comment, right? On my video this morning. I do read those. I do read those. Yeah, be careful with the leverage, man. A lot of people got liquidated. Hey, Shaywan, how are you? Where's the magnet? It is there. Let me zoom to the 1 hour and zoom out a little bit, and you'll see the magnet is up here. 30 cents. I'm not moving it back down. I can move it over though, and it's still at 30 cents. I will not be happy until Doge is back at 30 cents. So the magnet is still there. And this is looking nice so far. After FOMC, we'll see if Doge can continue this upward trend. That would be nice if we got right back to 28, retested as support, and then like all of this that we had for the past 3 days will be like it never existed, right? Get back up. That'll be a good start. That will be a good start right there. What else is moving right now? Let's take a look. I know I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Mix is moving. Meme Core, Immutable X, Aerodrome coming back up. And then we've got Bonk here. We've got Fartcoin, Floki, Whiff, Pepe, and Doge. So, and particularly in the last hour, there's Bonk, there's Fartcoin, there's Doge, there's Whiff, there's Pengu, Pump.fun, Pepe. It's the memes. It's all the memes in the last hour that are all running up. That is what is going on right now. You were over on Tom's too, Cameron? Con making money trading futures. Be careful with that. Enjoy your drink. Thank you, Charlotte. I will. I needed a drink anyway, and I thought, you know, I worked hard today. They're buying the memes because the Dixie dropped lower. Let's look at the Dixie. Good idea, Josh. We'll look at the Dixie. Well, yeah, the Dixie had a big wick down to 96.2, but it's all the way back up to 96.9 now. Look at that. Look at that. The Dixie's come all the way back up to 90. It's like this never happened. And it's just coming back up. That's wild. There's the cat. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Huh? What? Yeah. There's a cat in my green screen. My green screen fireplace has a cat, a moving cat. You like that? Oh. Bitcoin's for the rich. Dogecoin is for us poor people. That's crazy. Dixie's going up and Doge at the same time. Ryan is drinking as well, but it's water. It's water. What? What do you want? Huh? Daddy, pay attention to me. Talk about Doge? I sure will, Chris. Had to cover everything else first. But I did hit Doge first, though, and I don't think you were here yet. But I'll get back. I'll get back to all things Doge. We just have a lot going on at the moment. Just taped a big magnet to my screen, hoping it pulls the Doge candles up. Waiting for Elon. Well, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath on Elon. Don't hold your breath there. Cheers. Let's go. Let's go. The universe is doing its thing. Tortle, just water for you now. It would have been more exciting if he held rates. If he held rates, the markets would have tanked. That would have been bad. Bad, bad, bad. I know Powell did make that comment. And I didn't understand that, Miguel. The markets aren't elevated. I mean, the stocks are at all-time high. What do you mean? What do you mean? Go Dogecoin. We're doing great. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Appreciate it. Fake versus real. Yep, we keep it real here. But thank you. Appreciate it. We're doing all right. And, you know, we're getting ready for the next month and a half of what's going to happen. And we knew this date was coming. We'd circled it on our calendars. We've been talking about the FOMC meeting date. And 6 months ago, I said no rate cuts until September, and it'll be a 25 basis point rate cut. And here it has played out exactly as Kriss predicted. So all of like, if you follow George, you follow those guys, every time there was an FOMC, they're talking rate cuts, rate cuts, rate cuts. Woo, it's going to, Bitcoin's like going to go. I was like, no, not in May, not in June, not in July. No. And each time, again, right, he does that, and a lot of others. And I don't know. I mean, does George really think that that's happening, or is he just playing a game, right, and saying it's going to happen in order to get people pumped up and get more viewers? I kind of think there's some of that involved. But you know I don't do that. So we keep it real here. We keep it real. So is SHIB pumping? SHIB. SHIB is in the red. It had a little wick up and came back down. SHIB is actually in the red on the day. Again, Dogecoin outperforming SHIB. Oh, thank you, Duchess. Yeah, I got a Tom Crown membership today. Tesla stock up to $426, up another percentage. Yes. Awesome. The Doge ETF tomorrow. We think it is going to start trading tomorrow. Again, you'll hear others talk about what a huge deal this is. And you know that I've said it's nice, you know, a meme coin having an ETF. But Rex Osprey, this is not the real deal. This is just kind of an end around kind of thing to create the ETF without going through the official SEC reviews. So it'll start trading, but it's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to be a huge deal. It's kind of fun. It's a Dogecoin ETF. Yeah. And we'll celebrate it. But don't expect Doge like to pump up to 40 cents because this ETF is going to start trading tomorrow. It's not that kind of thing. Hey, George, thank you for the euro. Appreciate the super sticker on that. Thank you. Up from here, it looks like it's Stickman. If Elon tweeted anything about Dogecoin, Doge would pump. Yes. Hey, Ali Jaz, I'm an architect. And I was actually multitasking on a Zoom meeting about architectural floor plans. At the same time. The Russell 2000 made a new all-time high. That's awesome. That is, let's go. Because I do have a chunk of the Russell in my 401k plan, making money. Just making money. That's what we should all be doing. Every time I hear someone, let's say, I don't know, VP, for instance, right, saying that they're poor, right? I'm poor, right? I'm not making any money. I'm like, what are you doing? How can you not be making money in this market? Trump, the UK state dinner. I don't know. Does Pax Cat knock things over, or is he a good cat? He knocks things over. He is not a good cat. No, he's all right. But he does knock things over. William, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yep. You tried the magnet trick on the Doge, suddenly got a call from the SEC. Market manipulation. Where are we going to go from here? Well, that's the thing, right? We just zoomed out, right? We'll zoom out again. So this was the move that we had at the dump on Monday, right? So we had the big dump on Monday, and then we've been going sideways since then. It looks like, it had the double dip, had another wick down today, and it looks like this just wants to come back up to 28 cents and reestablish 28. That's what I'm seeing right now. And tomorrow going into the ETF, that would be awesome to gain another penny, and we can start the penny by penny recovery again. That would be awesome. We're going to see what Bitcoin does, because Bitcoin is not looking the same. Bitcoin is not the same as Doge. It is still looking rather sad at the moment. Rather sad. Red on the 2-hour, which of course means then Bitcoin dominance is also dumping back down, which is what I predicted would happen. So, look at that big red candle now on Bitcoin dominance. The money is going into alts. The money is going into memes. Because now that we've got the FOMC behind us, where's the money going to be made over the next month and a half? It's not going to be in Bitcoin. You can make some in Bitcoin, but more is going to be on memes. Yeah, Bitcoin will go up, William. I believe it will. But the alts, and especially the memes, are going to go up more. And we're going to see Bitcoin dominance go back to my red line here and continue its downward trend. That's what I think is going to happen. Now you can talk about Ben Cowen, right, and all of his theories and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't agree with Ben. I don't agree with Ben. I think Ben was expecting more dumpage in the market following this FOMC, of which typically we have the alts and the memes drop harder than Bitcoin. That's not what happened, though. That's not what happened. Pepe is coming up. Sheeb even coming up, although just a little bit. Again, Sheeb was pretty suppressed. And Doge coming up. So, that's a huge green candle. This is a 2-hour chart. Look at that. That's awesome. Awesome. Christian, you're if your boss is there, unless you're drinking with him. Yeah, Pax Cat is mad. I keep talking about a dog. But he's all right. He's just hanging out on my desk now. Aren't you, buddy? 30 cents would be a refuel on the way to the moon, indeed. You just did a leverage trade, Kriss? Figure out where to exit? Good luck. I don't know where this market's going for sure. It'd be nice if it jumps up to 28 and you got a leverage long. I think that's where you might want to say, okay, that's good. I did not hear the R word. Matt didn't hear the R word, so I didn't listen to his whole talk the whole time because I was multitasking, but you were waiting to buy the Doge dip and you didn't see the dip. We got down to 26.04. It did not go into the 25s. It didn't dip down to 25.9. Now, there were some others that dipped. We had some nice tails on some others, like Bitcoin came down to 114.8 here. And there were other cryptos that did dip down quite a bit. But Doge didn't. Not bad for Doge. Not too bad. Yep, more room for growth. That's bullish. Let's go. Yeah, it was kind of going down throughout the day, Volks, but it didn't have any big dips. It was just kind of meandering down, right? Just little down lower, and then we got to right before the FOMC, the dump right before, big wick up, and then dump, and then back up, and then back down again. I mean, those are 4% swings up and down. It's like, wow. Yeah, right now, El Chattanooga, no one's predicting 50 basis point next time. 86% that there's another 25 basis point. We'll continue to watch this in the weeks going forward, but right now, everything's pointing to another 25 basis point rate cut, and this will be on October 29th. Is the next FOMC. So we will be watching that. You sold out before the FOMC, locked in your 20% gains, buying back in on pullbacks slowly. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Sean thinks we're going up to 30. Appreciate everybody coming in. This is the aftermath live stream I always do. Right after Tom Crown's FOMC, awesome. He had over 5,000 concurrent viewers at one time, over 5,000. It was like, awesome, Tom. That's great. And so I always come on immediately after then, and I do the aftermath, and we're watching, again, not as exciting as the action that Tom gets, right, during his, but we're doing the aftermath, and so far, it's looking good. We'll see what this little red candle is that's showing up now on Dogecoin. Well, Bitcoin's is now green. Look at that. Interesting. That means this should turn back green too. How did I know, Jay asks, rate cuts would be in September 6 months ago? Been doing this a long time. I used to do a lot of stock trading and things like that. And you just kind of see the markets, you see the economy. They already had the fear of tariffs. And it was just like, as soon as those tariff things were, it was just like fear of inflation. And it was all, that's all it was all fear of inflation. And the inflation never really happened. It never ticked back up. And then when we had the bad jobs report, of course, it was like a given then that September would be it after the summer. So that's what I forecast. Educated guess. Yeah, RR, you could call it an educated guess. Because Kriss is a wizard. Yeah. I know, and that's what it is right now, Toss, right? You're relieved. Everybody's relieved now. We know where the Fed stands. We know what they're thinking. Let's go. Exactly. Let's go. Oh. I know. Stocks, all-time highs, right? And what did Miguel say earlier? It's like, there's a lot more room for growth. There's a lot more room for growth, but yet we're at an all-time high. So, yeah, I've had up to 700 or 800 concurrent viewers a couple times. I think one of them was during the inauguration when I was live streaming that. And then I got kicked out because of the stupid band playing a music that got a copyright thing. And I didn't get a strike on it, luckily, but they stopped my live stream. I was just like, what? Stupid YouTube. But yes, I need more likes. I need more likes. Yes. Jay, you're poor. Help you. Just keep hanging out here. Just hang out here. I keep it real here. VP likes getting his super chats. Yeah. Probably. And then I'm told at the end of the year, he's giving up his crypto live streams and he's going to go all food reviews. food reviews. So there you go. Me, I'll be here. Yeah, what about that dominance chart, huh, Con? Not what Ben Cowan predicted. Not what he predicted. The dominance chart is tanking. Kriss is right again. We'll see. Maybe it makes a comeback. I don't know. But right now, yeah. If the ETF is buying from the exchanges and only buying OTC, it's not worth a thing. A lot of the ETFs seem to be a way for whales to unlock liquidity without spooking the market. All true. All true. It does give more people exposure to Dogecoin, though. And if the underlying asset is Doge, of which it doesn't have to be with Rex Osprey, the Grayscale and Bitwise will have to be 100% Doge. That's just more Doge that is getting bought up. So, yeah. Bitcoin dominance tanks when Bitcoin is not moving and the alts are. So now we're starting to see a little bit of reversal on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's trying to get back to 116 here. And we get the dancing Doge. I need a second job. I want to buy more. So you know my whole take on that, right? Is you got your job. That's awesome. Great job. Second job is just a waste of your time. I mean, it is kind of, you should be building something. You should be, doing that side hustle, right? That's what you should be doing. Not just like driving around an Uber car or DoorDash or something. That's all continuing to work for somebody else. Instead, if you take that time and you start building something for yourself, it could be an Etsy store if you're creative, right? Crafty, or something that you like doing, something that you're good at. Find a way to make money off it and build that business. Takes a little while to get ramped up, but in the end, in the long term, it is awesome. McDonald's doesn't want to give you a raise. 3 cuts is the catalyst for the true alt season. Yeah, the final FOMC meeting of 2025 isn't until December 10th. December 10th. So that's a ways off. Ways off. Protagonist is looking at IOTA and thinks IOTA is going to be going parabolic. It's acting like all the other memes right now. Nice green candles today. On the daily, it's at 19 cents. Had its big run back in November up to 61 cents. So from 60 to 19. During that same time, Doge went from 48 and is now at 27. So IOTA is down versus Dogecoin during that time from the peak here at the beginning of December to now. It looks like, it went down to 14 cents. So that was a bigger drop. Doge hit 13 cents then, but has recovered much more than IOTA has. IOTA is kind of going out sideways here, while Doge has been building. That's the only difference I see. But maybe it has more room to run then. Maybe. Hey, Russ, with the 25 basis point cut, now you can afford to buy me a coffee and a donut. I will see you at Dunkin'. I'll meet you at Dunkin', and I will enjoy that coffee and donut. I know. Did you see those big wicks? I mean, everything was wicking up or wicking down. The down wicks weren't so bad on Dogecoin. They were worse on others. But, yep. People whining about 115K. Can you believe Bitcoin? Bitcoin is at $116,000 a Bitcoin. $116,000 a Bitcoin. And people are disappointed. I'm just like, my God, it's $116,000 a Bitcoin. Now, in 4 years, when Bitcoin's like $1 million, it's like, yeah, 116. Remember then? Remember that? Top Ranks article, is Doge done for? That is clickbait. That is such a dumb thing. I don't even click on those. It's like, nope. Done. Unknown. Yep. We check in on Sheeb every once in a while, but Doge is consistently outperforming Sheeb. So, I figured out with on coffee, because I did the math, because that's what I do, right? Because I have a Keurig, right? So I buy the cups and I buy them in these big boxes, and it ends up being about 35 cents a cup. It's about 35 cents a cup to make coffee using the Keurig. That's what I'm paying at home. Still a lot better than Starbucks. 35 cents as opposed to what? $4, $5. I don't even know how much a coffee is at Starbucks now. It's like, I'm not buying that. No way. Now, if I'm out with people, right, at a brunch or something, will I order the coffee? Yes, I will, right? The social thing. Yeah, I'll do that. But Pex Cat wants some Modelo. Sell the news? Nope. It wasn't a sell the news. Look at this. This doesn't look like sell the news to me. There was all this immediate volatility, right? Which I talked about, the up and down, right? The big volatility, right? We had that. And that was pretty crazy. Now it's like, no, we're buying the news on this. We're buying the news. Where do I recommend getting reliable, accurate crypto news and information? Here. Nye asks, who's Gina? Yeah, so Gina was a finance reporter for the New York Times. And beautiful young lady. And she no longer is on the Washington beat for the Fed. She's now in Europe somewhere. I think she was relocating to Europe. But Tom Crown always had fun during the FOMC live streams, pointing out Gina and talking about her. And of course, obviously, is heartbroken that she's no longer there and misses her, and so continues to bring out the Gina pictures and talking about Gina. It just goes on and on and on and on. It's a fun thing, though, that he does about Gina. And her name isn't even spelled like that. It's just that's kind of the joke, too. Misspelled name. Yep. What about Pepe, Greg? Pepe is still kind of depressed. Just depressed. I mean, this is a nice starting of a recovery, but you zoom out and you're like, yeah, Pepe's just not. I mean, it's coming up, right, from the dip that we identified here, early September. So Pepe is seeing higher lows, just like Doge, just not as much of a gain as Doge made, percentage-wise. But it is recovering. It's taken longer, though, for Pepe. Taken longer. Got my big magnet up here. Come on, Doge. You can do it. You can do it. Pengu, yes. Yep. Ben was wrong. He called ETH to 3,500. ETH went down to 43, not 35. Yeah. Lord Cowan wrong. What? CrissPax right. Yay! Yep. The biggest FOMC meeting ever until the next one. Until the next one. I don't really follow Tether dominance. So I don't know. Well, obviously, Doge is not going to be as dominant as Tether because they just keep minting billions and billions more at a 1-to-1 ratio with dollar. They just mint whenever. So you can't really compare Dogecoin's market cap to Tether's market cap. You can't, or the dominance, I mean. They just keep minting away. I mean, there's a lot of attention on stable coins right now, and that's the biggest one, right? If you look at from the drop on Monday, buying Dogecoin for anything under 28 cents is good. And we're not going back to the 25s. We almost made it today with the wick down, but the Dogecoin wick did not come down as far percentage-wise as a lot of other cryptos. So will the AI coins pump again? Yep, they will. We'll see Fetch go on a big run. Yep. Are they going to outperform things like the memes? I don't think so. But you never know. When we get into the craziness, right, of the true blow-off top alt season, you don't know which ones are going to be the winners. How about Algo? Algo's good today, 24 cents. Again, this is one that we were comparing with Doge, just price-wise for the fun of it. Doge is now 27. Algo's 24. HBAR is 24. Crow is 23. And I did not see what happened to World Liberty Finance. Again, this was just a fun thing we were doing. World Liberty Finance is still 22. So Doge is winning. Just don't look at Algorand in terms of its price back in 2021, because it now has over twice as many tokens in circulation now as it had back in 2021. So Algo is not going to reach 2021 prices. So don't be expecting that with Algorand, okay? What's up, Sunshine? So what's going to happen? Are we going to continue to pump today and then maybe dump tomorrow? We'll see if there's a hangover, right? A hangover tomorrow in the markets after today's exciting FOMC. But it looks like, again, it's not a sell the news event, but it wasn't really a buy the rumor either. I mean, the markets were actually going down this morning into the FOMC. I mean, everything was really kind of in this channel, right? This sort of downward channel leading into the FOMC, and everything was doing that. So to come out of the FOMC and pump up, kind of a little more of a sell the rumor and buy the news, right? A little different. A little different. Hi, motherfucker. No, PaxCat is just PaxCat here. That's it. Just PaxCat. Hey, KB, how are you? All right. Nobody knows. He's a stealth kitty. He secretly works for the FBI. He works for Cash Patel. Or Cash had a tough time today, man. He did good, though, I thought. The parts of the House subcommittee hearing that he had, he's so good. He knows his stuff. October, almost here. Almost here. Yep, you saw Tom's live stream. Yeah, that was cool. Tom's cool, dude. He has a lot of fun with those. He had 5,000 people concurrent in the chat. Over 5,000. That's awesome. We've been waiting for this. This is the start, right? This is the start. Pump up the jams. Pump it up. Pump it up. Yeah, that's when I did that 8-hour live stream. Was inauguration. Yes. A lot of people that day. What other coins, Zombie asks, should we be buying with Doge? Well, when it gets into the true blow off alt season, it almost doesn't matter what you have, right? Obviously, some are going to outperform others, but just make your purchases with conviction. Don't go for the super long shots because you don't know what they're going to do. Right, so we have the cut. Now what? Well, we wait for the next cut, right? Next month. We wait for the next cut. Well, now we're going to see, right, how the economy reacts, world events, and for Doge particularly, it's going to be the ETFs, the treasuries, right? More news on that. And what else is going to be the next thing for adoption of Dogecoin? And when is Doge OS going to finally launch and be real? I'm hoping they're being very careful, though, particularly on the security side, because Shibarium got hacked. If Doge OS ever got hacked, that would be bad. That would be so bad. We can't have that. And I'm sure they know that. Yeah, Tom's chat was chaos. That's when, you know, Nick, when that happens, if that happens here, then I just can't get to everybody in the chat like Tom can't. Tom looks up every now and then and just, you know, visually can pick out a few, but the chat's moving so fast. There's so many people there. It's hard. It's hard to manage when you're streaming like that, but it's a good problem to have. People are starting to flock into the market. It'll get worse or better, depending on how you look at it, when the prices really start moving. You'll watch VP review Glizzlies and burgers. Burgers, oh no, you got the Charlotte started on burgers again. Pump up the jam. Yeah, we're having a nice rebound, right, Christian? It's nice. How is Trump tanking our economy, Chris? The economy is not tanking. There are some challenges in the economy, but it's not tanking. The fear of tariffs, that was all put out by the mainstream media, right? So people hear all that. Oh, everyone's going to lose their jobs. Well, there are some jobs, right, that are actually being replaced with some AI and things like that. So that's happening. Prices going up a bit in some sectors. So We've had the ongoing challenge that a lot of retailers are having in competition with online sales, and that has continued to erode the market. The small businesses are having a hard time keeping up, and that's been going on for decades now, as Amazon has grown bigger and bigger. So the economy has to adjust to that, and that's not Trump can't help that. That's not something he can do, other than what he is doing in terms of bringing businesses into the country. So Apple's going to build big plants. We've got other car makers building big plants. We've got chip makers building big plants, right? Like all that is happening. It's going to take a while to see the results of all of that, though. But he's trying to keep us from buying all the stuff that we need from countries overseas and manufacturing it here in the United States. Nobody else was doing that. So, but yeah, it is painful, and it's going to take a while for all of us to see, the fruits of all of that labor. So, Hey, Frank, glad to have you here. Thank you, T. Appreciate it. Thank you, Sunshine. Hey, he gave me a nice call out today. Brought up my YouTube channel during his stream. So that was very nice of Tom. Appreciate that. And every once in a while, he comes on here. And sometimes he says, yeah, you don't have enough subscribers. You should have more. He says that. Ice Tray is bearish for some reason. The charts aren't looking that way right now. Doge is falling again. Not really, and yes, it's up. It's over 27 cents. Raising capital, tough. But getting businesses to invest in manufacturing plants here in the United States, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And all this, the labor is going to cost so much more and blah, blah. Make it work. You make it work. Oh, they're going to pass on all these higher prices to the consumer. Well, that's what inflation is about anyway. The prices are going to be higher already. They just keep printing more money. They're not reducing the debt. Should you open up a fruit stand? Wow, anything that requires you to sell things is a challenge. It just is. Like that, right? Where you have to buy a bunch of inventory and then try and sell it all. That's a challenge. Volk says, been in business now for myself since 2016. Best thing I ever did. Took a huge leap. There you go. Yes, Russell hitting all-time high is a sign of alt season starting. Yes. It's kind of coincidental. It isn't because the Russell hits an all-time high, but it's coincidental. Thank you, Duchess. Appreciate it. This is actually post-tariff, but it was the same price. The retailer did not raise the price of Modelo's after tariffs. I ran out, bought another case after tariffs, and it was the same price. So there is a direct example of why we're not seeing higher prices across the board because of tariffs. Hey, Pups is here. So, Pups, can you tell us what happened with Shibarium? That was bad. $2.3 million siphoned out. Not good. Not good. Nick, the property tax is not a property extortion. The property tax, at least the property taxes I pay, go for the city's fire, police, schools, maintenance, operations, like all of that. That's what the property taxes pay. I don't know how Florida is going to be able to eliminate property taxes. Like, so where are they going to get the money to pay for the fire department? And where are they going to get the money to pay for the police department? And where are they going to get the money to pay the teacher salaries and pay for the schools? That all comes from property taxes here. So I prefer to pay a property tax and make sure that if there's a fire in my neighborhood, the fire department comes and puts out the fire, you know? I'd like that to happen. Mark asks, how much does a house cost in Boston? Well, it depends on where you want to live, how close to the city. The closer you are to Boston, the more expensive. If you're willing and are able to live outside the city, somewhere out in the burbs, in many areas, you can get lower cost housing. $400K is pretty tough, though. Most starter homes, even like half an hour outside, are probably in the 6s, 7s. And then depending on what town, some of them are a little more ritzier, 8 or 9. So, yep. Yeah, Tom Powell, he did look like someone else, didn't he? That Tom Powell. Melania looks stunning. All I saw was one quick little video from a distance, and she had a big hat on, so couldn't really see her. But I really wasn't following what else was going on in England today. Too many things going on. Pengu, is it still going up? I want it to. I'm going to pump my Pengu bags. Nice. Almost up to 3.5 cents. Oh, it did touch it. It touched it 5 minutes ago. 3.5 cents. Pengu. Bring on the Rex Osprey ETF. We're ready. Tomorrow, we're going to be covering that. That's going to be all the news on Dogecoin tomorrow. We got to get to 28 cents on Doge. Agreed. Got to get up there. When to sell. Bashu, next month, we're going to start talking about strategies for taking profits. Why next month? Well, particularly on Doge, I'm not selling anything before October 18th. That is when the Grayscale ETF is supposed to start trading. And that's the big time. That's the big time. Spot ETF for Doge. This one tomorrow, small time. Grayscale, big time. So I'm at least waiting for that. Plus, we just have the natural October gains that crypto always has almost every year, especially in an overall bull cycle. So, waiting for that. Oh, but Nick, it is fun to watch while it's going on, particularly that first half hour when the market that's going up and down and up and down. You see this huge red candle that just comes from out of nowhere. Tom gets that. I don't get that here on the aftermath. The Keurig cups are pollution. Yes, MFX. That is correct. It does take up some space in the bin that goes into the trash. We have a Tom Crown appearance. Great job today, Tom. Great job today. Awesome. A wild Tom appeared. You swapped Keurig for caffeine pills. You use the instant coffee. You found a brand that tastes good. Awesome. Yep, Volks, that's typically what happens. And actually it was quiet, but it was, I mean, the volume was really low, but the price was kind of drifting down, going into the craziness of the FOMC. So kind of interesting. But yeah, it was quiet. It was definitely quiet, low volume, and then boom. So does that every time. Every time. It wasn't as volatile as we thought. Benjamin, these are 4% swings up to bottom. That's 4%. People don't even expect 4% returns on their stocks in a month, and you get it in like 10 minutes. That's how volatile this thing was. Crazy volatility. Never known a girl that owns Doge before. Very unique. We've got quite a few female Doge holders here. Con, got quite a few. We're just getting started. You got that. If ADA can hold 90 cents, my dollar sell is coming. Can't get back to over 88 though. Still 88. It touched 89, but it just can't get there. So got to wait longer. That's ADA. Pengu and Doge, big holds. ADA's going to $5. No, Con. It's not. Maybe in 20 years or something. Yeah, my prediction of ADA is it'll get over to $1, maybe eventually get up to like $1.20, maybe $1.50 on the high side. But I think that's about it. Cheers, Gerard. How are you? Bitcoin is gold. Dogecoin is fun. I like that. I like that. Do I still hold Peak? Yes, I do, Caden. Peak went on a big run the other day and then lost a lot of it, which is too bad. Still about 9.5 cents. But yeah, it kind of went on this big run here. We were watching up to 12.5, and then past few days just kind of faded back down. But hey, if it can hold 9.5, that's better than being down here at 6.5. I'll take that to start. Recovery. This thing could move fast in with big a big alt season because it's such a low market cap. It could move fast. What's the bottom going to be for the next bear market? I talked about that in my 2-year outlook video a couple weeks ago, so you can look for that and how I came up with the number. I don't remember what I even said now. A lot of it depends on how high Doge goes. And then we can run some calcs from that, where we think the drop will be. But I'm not ready to more accurately predict it until I see what the rest of this bull cycle has. You've got Fetch and Near. Yeah, they'll run as well. I don't know if they're going to outperform the memes though. Jordan Camarand may be right. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to hit $10 trillion total market cap. Maybe 8, which would be double from the 4 that it's at now. But 10, that's wow. Hey, but who knows, right? We're just running out of time. It's now the middle of September. We got 2.5 months left of the year. Is that right? 3.5 months. Running out of time. But we know Doge, in very short periods of time, it can go skyrocketing. But Bitcoin doesn't go up that fast. And for the total crypto market cap to be $10 trillion, we would need Bitcoin to be over 200K. Otherwise, that's not happening. Still time left in September to manipulate the market down. But so far, we're doing okay. Are we going to hold 27 cents now? What's Bitcoin doing? Yeah, Bitcoin's got a red candle too. So everything's kind of quieting down. The aftermath of the FOMC, quieting down. We may not have either Crow or Doge hit $1, Craig. But I think out of the two of them, Doge has a better chance. Bye. You still have some sheep you forgot about? Hey, you're up. You're in the green. Just keep buying Doge under 30, Pengu under 4 cents. You'll be all right. Yeah, Orbison, we looked at Pepe earlier. Pepe's doing same as all the other memes right now. Nothing different. Tomorrow ETF. Yes, Stickman. Tomorrow ETF. We think so. First time you saw Tom live? Yeah, Tom's cool. He's good on his normal, hour-long live streams that he does outside of the FOMC as well. He does a lot of charting. Looks at, what's happening in the crypto market. Spends most of his time on Bitcoin, but he talks about ETH, the alts, Bitcoin dominance, and gets into whatever other alts are the big movers at the time, which has the most attention, and he'll look at those. But he's really looking into charts. He's looking at doing trading, opening longs, opening shorts. He talks a lot about that. But yeah, he's a cool. Finally cutting interest rates. What a day. And next month, another one. The heat maps. Well, there were a lot of liquidations today. That I know. I haven't looked at them yet. But we had all these. Let me zoom out. We'll do a 3-day view. See what that looks like. Wow, look at all the shorts up here. 117. Big, huge shorts, hundreds of millions of dollars. Took out all of those leveraged longs and then more after. Wow. All right, let's get to Doge. Yeah. You definitely need Bitcoin to get up into the 117s. Right. It took out longs, took out shorts. Not as much longs because they'd gotten taken out over here. Yesterday, we had a bunch of long liquidations. So there weren't as many to take out on the dip today. But Doge did just pump up and take out some of these shorts. Henrik Zayberg has all the data showing why the economy is weak and a recession is around the corner. Well, you know what I think about recession, right? We talked about this the other day. Kriss says no recession. Trump isn't going to let that happen. Powell looked like a fool to you. A Perculum, thank you for the super chat. Also building a big plant, going to be beautiful once it's finished. I'm telling you, really groundbreaking. It's a cactus. Oh, that is good. Tom is Tom Crown, CryptoDocs. Tom Crown. I should be the Fed chair. I do a good job at that. No, I think Powell does fine. I mean, for what it is. For what it is, it's fine. I mean, what else they can do, right? They can cut rates. They can raise rates. They can keep rates the same. And they can do some quantitative tightening. That's about it. They've got no more levers. They got no more levers. It's like, okay, see you next month. Oh, yeah, it's fine, Jar. The markets are going to pump. It's probably going to take a breather now, and by October we're going to be pumping. So my whole thesis hasn't changed on this overall bull cycle. Hasn't changed at all. Alex has it right. You've got people running your business. Exactly. I got people. That's what Alex says. I got people. Oh God. I'm not getting into all the food stuff. Oh. Well, you know, Trump probably told Keir what he thought, right? Trump doesn't mess around. Yes, he told him off. I'm sure he did. Hey, Kriss, welcome to have you here. Yeah, we just looked at Pepe. I'll look at it again in a little bit. So we got a rate cut, 25 basis points, and we'll get another one next month. You wanted to buy the dip at 114.7 and missed it by $50. Oh, yeah. Sometimes that happens. My doctor says I can't drink 3 double espressos in the morning. Oh. Nope, I didn't buy any crypto today, Yuli. I paid my taxes. I paid my pre-tax. Was due September 16th or September 15th. So all my money went to that. I'm paying my taxes on my crypto profits. So no spare money. Everything else is in. I'm all in. I got no cash on the sidelines. I got no tether. No stable coins. It's all in. Will I be live tomorrow? Yes, I'll be live tomorrow. And we will see whether that ETF is trading or not. I know you mentioned not selling all your Doge. Why is that? I'm thinking, what is the difference between selling all my Doge and buying back in the bear or keeping a portion? I'm keeping a portion for two reasons, Joseph. One, staying in the game just in case this time is different and there's not a big bear market. So you keep some in the game. Again, it's just a percentage. But the second also is to continue using Doge, giving out Doge, getting Doge tips, Doge adoption. All of that stuff is a lot easier when you still have Dogecoin. I mean, can you imagine, right? I'm sitting here doing these live streams and making all these videos about Dogecoin and I don't own any. I wonder who does that. No, I'm going to always have Dogecoin. I'm not going to sell it all. I have not seen Youngling Flight. Is that like a locale brand or something? Swee. I think Say is like Swee's little brother. It's good. It'll probably go on a big run this fall as well. Short term, I was thinking 20 cents. If Doge went back down to 20 cents, I'd be worried. We talked about that the other day. If it went all the way back down to 20 cents, then I'd be like, uh-oh. Madison, what we talk about here with Doge and those dollar price predictions has to do with what the catalysts are. In other words, Doge moves more on the actual news than just being a cryptocurrency that's traded. So if there's no huge bit of news, particularly about Dogecoin, Dogecoin's never going to make $1. This is my one of my theses. A thesis I have, right? Doge will not hit $1 unless there's some huge specific thing about Dogecoin, such as Elon, right? Elon's going to accept Dogecoin at his Tesla diner or robo-taxis, or something like that. Now we're talking. Let's go. But without something like that, no. Ryan is a chick. No. I'm not bearish on ADA. I just have seen ADA trade over the years, and it's slow and it's cumbersome. And then it goes on a little run, and then it gives back its gains. And no. And like Charles is as a leader, I don't know. He likes to tell stories about the old times when he was working with Vitalik on Ethereum, and no. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not, Ryan. We know. Those 4% swings for me are like $25,000. Isn't that crazy, folks? When I had all that Doge and I'd see like the volatility like that and would see how much money I made or lost on a day on huge dumps or huge pumps, it was just like, wow. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Nope, Kriss, not 30 cents tonight. And I said that before I saw this red candle. Said it earlier. It's like, yeah. Zone. So Dogecoin currency. My opinion on Zone is just buy Dogecoin. Don't buy the Dogecoin treasury company that still sells cleaning products. They weren't a great company. They were a perennial loser every year doing this cleaning product business. And so now all of a sudden it's a good buy because they bought a bunch of Dogecoin and partnered with the House of Doge. I'm not so sure. I say just buy Dogecoin. It's not a MicroStrategy. So $2.62. Looks like it's up to about $2.70 after market, but it's still down a lot from $6 where it was trading after market the other day. That's a huge drop. Lost half its value in a few days. Ugh. Elijah did some scalping, down about $100 after in the end. Yeah. It's hard to do in this kind of market. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up. That's hard. That's hard. Yeah, everything's kind of pulling back a little bit right now. Not too late to buy. We'll see, Christian. Are we going to get a bigger pullback overnight and tomorrow? I don't know. Oh, there's that old melt faces thing again. We kind of make fun of that expression on this channel, Protagonist, the old melt faces. It's kind of dumb. Nick is in the Pengu game. You got some penguins. All right. Well, Chris, nice to have you aboard. Like to hear your thoughts. How much for a membership, Duchess? On my YouTube channel here, you go to our members, you come over and you click join, and the rookie level is $4.99 a month. $4.99 a month for the rookie level. Okay. Are we going to get back to an all-time high? I say yes, Kenny. And my theory on that is we shouldn't have hit 73 cents last cycle, but this cycle, yes. And I got a whole theory on that we went over. Yep. What did Powell do? They lower interest rates by 25 basis points, as predicted. Doge needs a big move up. It'll get there. This is just trading here. Does it make sense to get a home Doge miner living in an apartment? As long as during the summertime you have a way to expel the heat. So again, this is the ElphaPex, which I think is the best home miner. The best home miner is the ElphaPex. Because this doesn't have any big fans. There's no huge fans on this. But it does let out a lot of the heat that gets expended out of the unit, which is going to be awesome in the wintertime because it's going to help heat your house or apartment. But in the summertime, you got to find a place to put the miner. Now, it does have Wi-Fi, so you don't have to have a hard plug once you get it set up. You have to have a hard plug to set it up initially, but then it has Wi-Fi capability if you've got a little Wi-Fi antenna that you add to it, and then you can put it anywhere in your apartment. So this is the one I recommend. I also have an affiliate with ElphaPex. So with this $1,100 price for a limited time, and maybe only for another week, I've got a code below you put in your checkout and you get an additional $200 off the unit that's already on sale. So $900. for this home miner using my code. So check that out. Take a look at it. Ask me any other questions. I don't have mine yet. Mine is coming. Mine is coming because I am getting one of these as well. I speak about market manipulation. Who is they? And why are they dropping prices? Great question, Mitchell. We talk about this a lot. If we go back to our heat map, we can see the reason. Like right here. We had this yesterday. We had this big drop in the price. Okay? When I say they, it's a combination of the exchanges and the market makers. And the reason they want to drop the price is because they want to liquidate people who are trading on leverage. So these are people who are making trades, but not just buying on spot. They're not just buying Doge on spot. No, they're doing it with leverage, 2x, 5x, 10x, 20x, so that when the price goes up, they're not just getting the gains in the price, but they're getting the gains in the price at multiples, depending on their trade. If the prices go way up and then they sell and they make a bunch of extra money, that cuts out of the exchange's profits. So the exchanges don't want you to win on your leverage trades. They want to liquidate you. So that's the manipulation. All right. We talk about that a lot because that's generally how the markets work, up and down. I don't want 100% know anything, John. I don't 100% know anything. It's going to be a challenge just getting to 73 cents. 90 cents makes sense with a bunch of catalysts because it's going to be hard to get $1 because people are going to start selling before then. It's like, well, everyone else is going to sell at $1, so I'll sell at 98 cents. So I'll sell at 95 cents. So in that scenario, 90 cents would be reasonable, but we're still sitting at 26 cents right now. That's a long ways to go. That's a lot of buying. We need huge, huge alt season, like banana zone, like craziness to happen. And I don't know if we're going to get there. Not to that level, but we shall see. The odds the bear market is less. I agree. I don't think Bitcoin is going to drop by 70% in a bear market. My scenario was it goes up to 150 and then it drops to 75, 50%, which is a lot less than 75%, which it did last cycle. I think it was actually like 77 or 78, but so that's my theory is if it gets to 150 and we have a bear market in 2026, it could go to like 75K. So it would be less. Andrew, how are you? Good to see you here. I tune into Tom's streams. Tom was just here earlier. He checks in. What are the chances we don't get an NFT or an ETF? I mean, it's pretty slim. I already see it on the Bloomberg terminal. There was a screenshot of it on the Bloomberg terminal. CVE has it. The DOJE. I think it's trading tomorrow. You think Elon is done with Doge? I don't think he's done with it. I still think he's going to use crypto. Doge will be a part of what he does, but it's not time yet. That's kind of what I'm guessing. I'll just ignore that. I'll just ignore him. I feel the KrissPax channel should have 1 billion subscribers. 1 billion. I'll take that. Let's go. 1 billion. I have 3 Sia coin gold shell mini boxes. Sia. 1,000 coins every 1 or 2 days. I used to follow Sia. It was supposed to be this big security coin or something. Just never took off. It goes on runs every once in a while and then it falls way back. I don't really follow it much anymore. What are the differences in membership levels? It's how much you appreciate what you're getting out of this channel. When things really start getting crazy, like if we really have like over 1,000 in the chat, and it's those people that have those higher levels are going to get more attention from me. Right now, I generally try and answer everybody's questions. But like Tom Crown had over 5,000 in the chat earlier today. He couldn't keep up with the chat. There's no way. So I'd be able to, I mean, I would pay attention to the members and not the non-members if that happens, because there's a way to do that here on my end. You should sneak one into your work server room. So here, just outside of Boston, there was a school employee in an elementary school who had a miner that was up above the ceiling in like the janitor's closet. There was a drop ceiling, and up above it, he had a mining rig. And somehow he got it connected electrically, and he was mining using the school's electricity. Somebody found it. Somebody found it. They must have been wondering, like, why are our electric bills so high, right? Oh, man. Do they ship to the EU? Yeah, they do. It ships out of Hong Kong. They ship internationally everywhere out of Hong Kong. Hey, Big Ben, how are you? I salute you for the great work you do. Dana, thank you. Binance? Yeah, Binance manipulates totally. They've been doing it with ETH lately. There have been some huge sells of ETH that have been happening. Drop the price, wipe out the leverage. Yeah. I haven't looked at the mini miners, Pepito. If the ElphaPex, if you join a pool and you're merge mining, right, you're getting about 10 Doge a day, I hear, but you're also getting some Litecoin and Bell's coin merge mining with the pool. I can't imagine what the mini miners are getting. It's a lot less than that. Is that worth it? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, Eli, that's what we're hearing from the Doge 1 home miner from ElphaPex. Is like 10 Doge a day plus some number of Litecoin, probably the equal amount in terms of like dollar amount. So that might be 1 Litecoin a day or 1 point something a day, plus some Bell's coins that are kind of worthless. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, that Miami team, they look pretty bad on Sunday. To let the Patriots beat them. Yeah, I agree, Takoa. I don't think 21 cents, Jason, is in the cards for Doge. Not 21 cents at this point. Oh my God. In China, 2 people were crypto mining in their retirement home that they worked out of. Yeah. Exactly are. But they don't always win. There's a lot of leverage that they'll never be able to drop the price enough to take out. So there are some winners. And we can see that in the heat maps, right? When you zoom out on the heat map, let's go on Doge, let's say, and let's zoom out to like the 3-month. And you're going to see some of these leverage trades down here, like all of these down here below 20 cents. I don't think Doge is going back down there again. So those are the winners. Because I don't think they're going to take the price down that long. And then these guys that have these trades open, at some point in time, they'll have to figure out when they take profits, right? But they'll win. But you can see like the big run we had in July up to 28 cents. And then they came all the way back down to 18.8 and took out all of that leverage. There's a lot of big leverage here that was being taken out. A lot of that was manipulated back down. That's what they do. They don't want you to win. But they can't get it all. Oh, Mr. Squirrel is here. How are you, man? Still on the same old, same old. I've got Medgold at $1.63, Christian. We just wait. That's what I'm doing. I'm just waiting. I'm still thinking X money is sometime this fall to launch. Still think it'll be this fall, but haven't heard any new news on it. Hello to Duchess's hubby. How are you? Welcome. This is not the top for Doge, Dusty Hunt. I do not believe that. Nope. Not before October and November. October is nicknamed Uptober for a reason. It's going up. If Elon announced Doge for X money during the middle of the bear, what would happen? Probably the same thing that happened when Elon bought Twitter back in 2022. Dogecoin doubled in price, but then it came all the way back down. Doge went from like 7.5 to 15 cents and then ended up all the way back down to 7.5. So it would do something like that. Doubles in price, the hype on the news, but then can't hold it because it's a bear market. Hey, Alex, I appreciate it. Thank you. Ryan, noticed. Might need to look at other membership options. I'm not going to get that big. Why is this janitor's closet so hot? Exactly, right? Free electric. Probably the janitor. I don't remember from the article. They figured out who it was, but I don't remember. It was a school employee, I think it was all they said. So maybe the janitor. Mining crypto. Binance sold billions, crashed it. They do that. They do that. Yeah, that whole KYC thing, William, that they have, where you have to have a passport, I mean, I get why they do it, just to be safe, but yeah, not the best. But that's what they do. Squirrel is wrong again. Wrong again. But hey, I allow you to say what you need to say. Just don't make it personal, and you're okay. Waiting until 35 cents prior to taking profits. 35 cents was my initial line for beginning to take slices of profits. Yeah. Ryan is fighting the trolls today. Go for it. Man on a mission. Love it. Go for it. Toot, toot, toot. Toot, toot, toot. Elon keeping his distance from Doge. Yeah. You know he sees it all over X. I mean, he follows CB Doge, right? He follows Sir Doge of the coin. He retweets a lot of stuff that they post. Not about Dogecoin, but about other stuff. So you know he sees all the Dogecoin stuff going on. So yeah, I think he's keeping his distance right now. I think so. Raiden is in the house. Hey, Raiden. Thanks for the super chat. How you doing? Glad to hear that. My rock bottom is 21 cents. Trading 21 to 75, 7x leverage. 7x leverage. Good luck, Jason. Grinding away. I get it. Dogecoin back over 27 cents, Ryan. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to keep some Doge. Always will keep some Doge. And again, part of that is you want to listen to a guy like day after day making videos and doing live streams and he doesn't hold any of what he's talking about? I wonder who does that. Not this guy. Not this guy. The squirrel is nuts about Doge. Well, of course he is. That's why he keeps coming here. Because hardly anybody here owns any of the Peanut the Squirrel token. But hey. Hey, Brian, how are you? Everyone liked the stream? Thank you. You've never seen me with my glasses off. Kind of need my glasses to see. So I got to be looking at all of the stuff going on here, talking to you guys. So, yeah. There's no foot video, Christoph. No foot video. I don't remember when that happened. A 30-cent party. It's got to be big. It's got to be a big deal. Big deal. Yep. We keep it real here. Forever sealed in our minds. And now it's become a bigger thing than it actually really was. We will never forget. It's a much bigger thing than it ever was. No, Glenn, you can't trade Doge on Robinhood without getting capital gains taxed. No. If you buy for 20 cents, you sell for 25 cents, you get 5 cents of profit per Doge. They're going to report it to the IRS. That's what they do. They report to the IRS that you, yes, you made so much money, and that all gets reported to the IRS. And then it's up to you to actually do it right on your taxes and pay the tax. Otherwise, you can get audited, and if you purposely withheld things on your taxes, you could go to jail. So, yeah, that's not worth it. This guy, I don't really want to go to jail. So that's just, you just got to plan that in to your trading. When you take profits, you're going to have to pay some tax on the profit. That's just the way it is. Welcome to America. Aave is going to do an update. Okay. We'll look for that. Nice to know. Will it ever go to $1? Well, ever is a long time, right? It doesn't mean this year, right? It could be 4 more years and we could see $1. I don't know. Again, it all depends on what the catalysts are. Who's using Dogecoin for what? Is Elon going to allow you to use Dogecoin to buy a Tesla car? That would be huge. That would be ginormous. Doge would go to $1 if something like that happened, something big like that. That's what I call a catalyst, like big catalyst like that. Yeah. Right. All U.S. exchanges are required to report to the IRS. So it's up to you to pay the tax, though. They don't take it out, right? But they do give you a 1099 form, and they show you what you sold at what price, and it's up to you to properly pay the tax. And I will be doing an epic tax live stream in December, like I do every year. It's my 3rd annual epic tax live stream in December, middle of December. Around there, we're going to do all taxes. It's going to be dedicated to taxes. And I do that in December before the end of the year, so you can make decisions about whether you want to do any tax loss harvesting, how to prepare for the tax season, like all of that. Doing it in April doesn't make any sense, right? Because that's when the taxes are due. But December, that's when I do it. And we got some new forms this year. It's going to be different in the United States from last year. You'll be getting some new forms, so I'm on top of that already. So we'll be talking about all of that in December. DB, you were here for Footgate. Oh my God. Defeat. Oh my God, you guys. What was I thinking? Why did I do that in the first place? I don't even remember. Oh. And true, Nick. It's still up to us to accurately guess the number that they know that we owe. That's correct. It's a guessing game. I have not always lived in Boston, Pullman. I have lived all over the country, from Chicago, Illinois, where I was born, to lived in Ohio. I lived in Florida. I lived in Las Vegas for a couple of years. I lived in Idaho. I lived in California. I lived in Guam. Yes, out on the island of Guam. Lived there for a while. So I've been around. I was showing you that I wasn't wearing socks. Okay, well, I've got socks on today. I think that's the last time I actually live streamed. Must have been a hot day that day. It must have been a hot day. Oh, God. I paid my KrissPax taxes. Oh. No, Ryan, do not get more specific. Ben Cowan is bearish. I know he is. 3,500 ETH he called for. Not happening. Not happening. It's 4,500. It's going up. Kriss is right. Ben is wrong. Was it your fault, Pax Cat? Huh? Was it your fault? Now he comes in, right? He's like, what? Did somebody talk about me? Somebody in the chat talked about me? Hey, buddy. Hey. Hey. Will there be some, hey, don't step on the keyboard. Stupid cat. Do not step on the keyboard. Get off. Sorry about that, guys. Silly cat. Don't step on the keyboard. Stop. He's being a bad cat right now. Stan, do I believe all small cap altcoins will do 10x or more? No. 99.9% of small cap altcoins will not do a 10x. There will always be that 0.1 though. There'll be that 0.1. And then somebody will come on here and say, oh, Kriss, you said nothing was going to do 10x. No, I didn't say nothing. I said 99.9. It's up to you to guess which is the 0.1 that's going to do a 10x. We just saw Mix do a 10x, right? And then it sold a bunch of it off, but there are still those few every once in a while that do a 10x. It's a small percentage, and you don't know which ones are going to do it. But all the ones we watch, they're not doing a 10x. In my opinion, we're not doing a 10x. It's a big yo-yo market today, music. Yep. It's still going on. Is Boston my fave? Yes. Boston's my fave for a number of reasons. One of the main ones is that this is the one place where I've lived that has an actual good economy. Because a lot of the other places I lived rely on tourism or other things that just you can't rely on. So Tom Brady was involved. Pax Cat. Yeah, KP, you missed it. It was during a live stream. You missed it, though. Squirrel, you think ETH is going? I thought he said 3,500, but it's not going there. No. Yep, I was born in Chicago. So somewhere deep inside of me, I'm a Cubs fan, but definitely not a Bears fan. Yeah, Pax Cat, just in the way, stepping on the keyboard. Yeah, he said 3,500 back to the weekly moving average. I agree. That's what I saw. Pax Cat just stepped on the sell button, sold all my Doge. A cat. Well, it would all be in profit, so I would be booking profit. Pax Cat accidentally bought 10,000. Oh. Even if it's 3,700, it's not happening, Squirrel. No, not. I'm used to it, T. There's new people who come in and they don't know the questions that were already asked. And I don't mind. If you come up with original questions, you get more of my attention and you get more of an answer. But if you're asking a question that has been asked many, many times before, you get a much shorter answer now. Oh. You're in Ben's VIP membership group. Wow. And does he talk about Peanut the squirrel token? No, he doesn't. He doesn't give a rat's ass about Peanut the squirrel. And do you act like this in the Ben VIP membership group? Are you like flexing here or something? What is this? Tony, you're on Tom's live stream. Welcome. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. You'll learn a lot here. You learn a lot with Tom too. Tom does a good job. He does more of the technical analysis side of things. I look at it from a different perspective here. So, yeah. Greg, I think VP does a great job with what he does. The times I've watched him, I think he does a great job. So, and I've said that consistently. You're expecting a 5% pullback in equities, Con. So ETH would hit 3,700. Is that what it is from here? I'm guessing you're right. 18%. 18%, Con. So this is going back to a price that it hasn't seen since August 7th. But I swear he said 3,500. That's what I saw him say, 3,500. And that 3,500 pullback from here, it's more than 18%. It's 22%. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a Dogecoin guy. I don't know anything. But I'm making money. And most of you guys are making money too, right? We're making money. We're having fun. That's why we do what we do here. We got a great family here too. Look at all the people welcoming Tony in. Isn't that awesome? Love it, guys. Love it, love it, love it. 28 cents, Casper. I think so. I think if the Asian market takes over, the Asian market makers let Doge run for a little bit, we'll hit 28 cents. We got almost up to 27.5 here just about a couple hours ago. So, yeah. You bought a Trezor. You moved everything from Revolut, and you're going to start using Robinhood. So my only advice is when you transfer from Robinhood to your Trezor, just do a small little test transfer first. And you'll see how long it takes to transfer from Robinhood. It takes forever. It's like hours because the problem is on the Robinhood side. Nothing wrong with your Trezor. It's just how long Robinhood takes. And so just for peace of mind, do a small sample transfer. And then when you're going to transfer a bigger amount that you bought on Robinhood, let's say, then you won't be so worried about how long it takes. That's my advice. Paxcat accidentally bought sheep. Or he opened a long trade. God, you guys. All the things I would never do. 100x. on Peanut. Oh, God. Yes, that is the most original question, Raiden. When is a good time to buy Doge? Actually, right at 2 o'clock, right during the rate cut announcement, that was the time today, as predicted by Kriss. As long as I didn't buy XRP. He's kind of a big deal. Yeah, so am I, though, in my way. He's making money his way. I'm making money my way. It's all good. I'm flexing Dogecoin. You got it. Dogecoin. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, no, exactly. When is a good time to buy Doge? You guys. I think the whole tariff thing is all priced in. It doesn't matter at this point. We're tariffed out. Really, it has no effect. Whether there's new tariffs, higher tariffs, lower tariffs, everyone's just sick of hearing about it. So I don't think it has much of an effect. Correct. Ben does not talk about Dogecoin. But yeah, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. And he won't admit it. I don't even know if he knows that's true or not. But it is. Over long periods of time, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. So we did a whole stream on that. 5 years, 10 years, the returns on Dogecoin have been better than the returns on Bitcoin. Ben might not know that. Everyone talking about 3,800 ETH. I'm not. I don't think it's going down there. Hey, Justin, how are you? A lot going on today. Yes. Is it a good time to buy now? Can I buy Doge? Well, that rhymes. I don't know if I can answer. Can you? Are you able to buy Doge? Do you have money to buy Doge with? Oh, we're getting some green candles here. Doge looking very, very good right now. Again, outperforming Bitcoin, as it has been doing consistently. Got the Doge versus Bitcoin chart coming back up now. Doge dominance is over 1%, staying over 1%, which is good. We're up to 1.04 now. Moving up. It's all good. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't making money. We're all making money here. There's a few people who did buy Doge high that are still waiting for Doge to get back up in price. I get that. There were a lot of opportunities to buy on dips to lower your average, but I get it. I get it. Let's see how things go, Mark, over Thursday and Friday before I start talking about the weekend. So we'll cover this on Friday live stream. There could be a pullback the last 2 weeks of September. Sure. A lot of people calling for that. The first 2 weeks have been awesome. Don't expect it to continue. But kind of thinking at this point, it's going to be a lot of sideways action. Thank you, Nashville T. Usually if it pumps on Wednesday, it dumps by the end of the week. Yeah, and there's some like big thing happening on Friday, options ending, expiring, some quad day of something or other. I don't really follow all that stuff. But I don't think it's dumping as much as this, today's big up and down action. I think we could be seeing ETH hitting an all-time high in October, Chaz. I think we could see that. Where's the best place to buy Doge? I do my Doge purchases on Coinbase. Again, I've been trading a lot on Coinbase. I use their Advanced Trading, which is free. So you get the best price. And the fee is small. I mean, I've done a lot of trading on Coinbase. So the more you trade, they lower your fees. If you're new on Coinbase, your fees are a little higher to begin with. But that's where I buy. I've got a little bit on Robinhood. Just Robinhood, you're not getting the best price. But it's easy for people to buy on Robinhood. You just have to know how Robinhood works. And then it's easier to transfer off to your wallet from Coinbase. It doesn't take as long as Robinhood. Raul Paul loves Doge. He's got a bit of it too. He owns some Doge. He said that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong right now because I didn't sell any Bitcoin, but I sold a lot of Dogecoin, taking those profits to buy the house. Still holding the Bitcoin because that's a longer term hold, and Bitcoin will hold up better in the bear market. So, hey, Raiden, thank you for the super chat, reminding everybody, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know what the hell that means, squirrel, but be careful there. Everybody should have some Doge. Sure. XRP. So, Dada Deer, XRP. If you want to buy any XRP, do your research. Look at how many tokens are in circulation, how many they overall have in the total supply, and then go back in history and look at how often they print new tokens and how Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, all of the lawsuits that have been going on, all the questionable practices that have been done in the past, like all of that stuff. So I just invite people to do their research on XRP. You can still make money buying XRP. I just don't like it. They're doing partnerships with countries that are going to issue CBDCs. They're doing partnerships with banks. That's not why I got into cryptocurrency, not to be buying a token or a coin of a company that is partnering with banks. No, thank you. Not interested in that. The quad witching, right? That's Friday. The quad witching. So the markets are supposed to tank on a quad witching Friday. I'm just like, really? Yeah, Justin. You bought the dips, bought your average down. Now you're in the green. Life is good, right? Life is good. And that's what you did with Doge and Bonk. Buy the dip, lower your average. What are we doing after the bull run? We're going to talk about that later in the fall. Kalina says we can predict nothing. However, we can look at the history and look at patterns that have happened and make some educated guesses of what's going to happen in the future. That's what I do here. After the bull run, it's going to be a mix of Bitcoin and stablecoins. I will keep some Doge as well. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, Nick, it happens. The more bearish retail gets before October, the better. Exactly, Bands. That's a good point. Keep them. Keep it bearish. And then October is just going to blow everybody's socks off. Squirrel, you're really annoying me. You don't get it. There are shorter periods of time where Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. But then there are other periods of time where Bitcoin outperforms Doge. You got to learn the difference. It's just stupid for you to say. Now you're starting to annoy me, and you get to that point, then you get booted off the channel. And I kind of like you. You're kind of fun to have around. But you're starting to get annoying now. And all these other people in the chat know, and I'm talking in this voice, I'm not happy. You got it? You want to stick around and have some fun? You can do that. I dare you. I dare you. Goodbye. He's gone. Wow. God. He was actually kind of entertaining for a while. I warned him, though. I warned him earlier. And then I warned him again. God. Don't pretend to care about being a purist. Yeah, he's gone. Yep, Doug, that happened. Don't forget to take profits, which is what I did to buy the house. And what's wrong with that? It's like I made money. I bought a house. I was just like, oh. This cycle showed that patterns mean nothing. Actually, there were some anomalies this cycle, but overall, if we get this blow off top here in October, November, you will see. You will see. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Mark is going to Disneyland in 2026. A good place to be in a bear market is Disneyland, right? Disneyland's fun. I was last in Disneyland 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. Took a trip out to California. Went to Santa Monica, Disneyland, Huntington Beach. Had fun. No. I'm even patient with the cat. Oh. XRP doesn't sound as clean as Doge. You are correct. Doge is a completely honest coin. There was no airdrops, no pre-sales, no devs, like none of that. It's all just put out there into the public and then mined from scratch. You flinched a little when I got my dad voice there. Oh, God. Neverland is getting crowded. Heard they're building a wall. Oh, God. He'll come back under a new name? I don't think so. Not that guy. He's trying to flex that he was in like Ben Cowan's VIP group or something. I'm just like, really? Okay. Good for you. Good luck. I know, Anthony. I'm going to have blaring trumpets when I think the top has been hit. blaring trumpet. So everyone will, I have no idea. I have no idea. You made some peanut butter. Larry, I like that. I made some peanut butter. And Pax Cat's like, did someone say squirrel? Oh, Disney World, Florida. All right. Yeah. Last year we went to Universal. I'd been to Disney World a number of times, but we did without the kids. One time without the kids to Disney World, and that was fun. But Universal, I took my son last year. We had a blast. It was so much fun. I had not been to Universal before. Doge and Cardano. Sean, good luck. Didn't know Ben had a VIP group. I don't know. Into the Cryptoverse, is that a thing? I think you buy into it somehow. I don't know. You smelled Narnia. See, the squirrel was rambling on. You could smell Narnia. What happened with XD? I don't know quite what you mean. XD. Do we have a W on Pengu? Well, there's always W's. W's always happen. What time frame? I mean, you could say, yeah, right. But these always happen, right? They kind of always happen. You can pick like all sorts of different places where W's happen, right? It's not anything special. But it's a nice move. Up over 3.5 cents. Pengu looking good. Let's go. Let's go. Got to get Doge back up to 28. Reset that consolidation again at 28. Got the magnet up here still too. 30 cents. The magnet. Oh, X payments with Doge. So there's going to be X payments, X money, most likely. It's not going to have Doge when it launches. I think that's going to be like a phase 2, right? That'll be X money 2.0 when they put crypto on there. And hopefully it's Doge. But we'll see. Hey, Goose. You think a pullback, David, on the for the ETF? Kind of a sell the news event on the ETF, maybe? I think we're going to be bouncing around. The bouncing around. Michelle, welcome. New to crypto trading. What tool or app do I recommend? Well, you learn from like hanging out here, watching my videos and taking part in my live streams, asking questions. And then you just join a exchange and buy some crypto. I've got a few here you can check out. Coinbase, Robinhood, or crypto.com. Easy to buy. Have any questions? Let me know. They set up a Donald Trump statue in Washington, D.C. holding a Bitcoin. They're trying to do this whole strategic reserve thing. The country's not going to buy a bunch of Bitcoin for a strategic reserve. They're going to keep what they have confiscated, right? And they'll try and seize some more. But no, they're not going to be buying. You're gonna be hanging out, Will, to the end of the year. We'll see what happens, but it'll be quite a journey, quite a ride. Yep. Yeah, it's fine, Jar. We've been talking about this on and off like for the past 2 hours. I can't sum it all up in like a minute. Yes, Erica. On October 1st, you will see my Dogecoin and crypto October price prediction, and I'll give you a hint. October. That's a hint. October. Well, look who it is. Donnie, my friend, how are you? Personal stuff, get it? You're back? Absolutely. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you. Yeah, a couple weeks ago, somebody was asking, hey, I haven't seen Donnie for a while. Have you heard from him? And I was like, nope, haven't heard from Donnie. And here you are. Good day to come in. We got some green candles going on with Doge, trying to recover back up. So hope you are well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. The Coinbase One card. Do you have to subscribe to Coinbase One and pay that monthly fee to get the Coinbase One card? If so, Coinbase One is only worth paying for if you're doing a lot of trading. So I don't know. I think one card, one credit card that gets you points and does payback and all that is good enough. Doesn't matter what it is. Eventually, I mean, it's still not crypto, right? The transaction is still in fiat. It's not in crypto, even with a Coinbase One card. So I don't know. Yeah, now where's Ramon? Exactly. We got Raiden back. We got Donnie back. Yep. No, that's okay, William. I was kidding. We'll go through the bear market. I'm not going anywhere. There's always stuff to talk about with Dogecoin. There's always things going on. Yeah, I just heard about this. Trump putting up a statue holding a Bitcoin. It's like, what? I think it's tied to this whole effort on Bitcoin strategic reserve, but it's kind of weird. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. Josh, how long have you been a member? I can find that out. I know it's been a while. That I do know. That I do know. Josh Raposo. See if I can find it real quick. There you are. Found you. October 2024. So you are coming up on 1 year, according to my chart. You're coming up on 1 year. Hey, Toss. Was thinking that if Doge runs first and fiercely, take profits, flip it into top 100 alts, try to double up. and then go to Bitcoin. Yeah, if there's a late running meme or something, maybe just be careful that you don't buy something that's already topped and then you're holding the bag. I think you really want to be in the things now that you want to let run. You want to be in them now and not try and play that game. That's my thought. Because you got to be careful. Got to be careful with that. Glad to have you back. Like Aave, for instance. Valpag likes Aave. So that's probably one you don't want to wait on. So if you think Aave is going to do something fierce this next couple months, probably good to get into it now. It's at $300. Waiting to load. There we go. It just dipped to 291 today. It's coming up nice. $300. It was up at 320 last week. What does this look like zoomed out? 2021, it went up to 600. So it'd be like a 2x to go to its all-time high. I had targeted 400 to take profits. I didn't. I ended up taking my profits here at like 306, 308 back in January. That's what I did. April, it was all the way down here, $130. Wow. But we'll see. Look at Doge, 2772, moving higher. People are coming back. That means the top is almost in. We're not going to be 35.40 tomorrow, Batman. No. It'll be a challenge just to get back to 30 cents right now. Hey, Magic, how are you? Yep. 28 cent test is coming. Jasmine has been stuck at $0.015. Still underneath it. Hasn't reclaimed $0.015 yet. It lost that back on Sunday. So not back yet. Sounds like we got some shorts getting hit. Yep. Got the pinger on. Got some shorts going on. A lot of Solana shorts. So Solana must be moving. Taking out a bunch of Solana shorts. Back over 240 for Solana. Taking out the shorts. Love it. Let's go. Let's go. Well, you had an opportunity, Brother Lou, during the FOMC here, or even before that, was yesterday morning when it dipped down here to 25.8. So we had been plotting out over the past few days, buying opportunities for Doge, and was basically saying anything under this red line of 26 cents was good. And we did it twice, here on Monday and then here on Tuesday. So that was called. And then we said, be ready during today's FOMC for any dips. And the lowest it got was 26.04. It did not go below 26 cents here. And now look at it, taking off. So look at it from there. Look for the next red dip. Sweet. Sure, Peter. 372 now. It dipped down this morning to 353. Wow, look at it. Is It is back. SWI is back to where it was on Monday. That's awesome. Doge is not back up there yet. Almost, though. Doge is almost. It gets over to 28. It'll be back to where it was. Oh, end of Sunday. So SWI's looking good. Good recovery. Dogecoin pumping. Dogecoin moving. You hold Doge and sushi. That's all right. What's going to top out Doge? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be something coming in that's just going to totally blow the top off or not. If it's just following the market, we're not going to have an exact thing. The ETFs will certainly help, but those are slow and steady gains, not like the big God green candles. So, yep. 100% Doge, close to 1 million. But if Doge gets to $1 and you're holding 1 million Dogecoin, whew, that's pretty sweet. You and your 30-cent party, right? We could do half a party at 50 cents. How about that? We'll do half a party. SWI to the moon, Doge to the moon. Shorts are pinging. Hey, Yan, how are you? Thumbs Up Media bought 7.5 million Dogecoin. Is that right? Wow. I thought they were going to be buying mining rigs and we're just going to be mining Dogecoin. Look at Dogecoin go now, huh? Woo! Thanks, Maramello. 7.5 million Doge. Well, I mean, it's a good start. I mean, look at what CleanCore did. They now have 600 million Dogecoin. But that's cool that Thumbs Up is buying. How many rate cuts confirmed? Right now, the estimates are another 25 basis point rate cut in October, and then another one again in December. Odds are total of 3 rate cuts. Yes, right. Yep. Do I include the fees into my average? No, Adam, I don't. I do not add up all the fees. I probably should have, but I did not. There's no FOMC in November, Ryan. End of October and then middle of December. They skip November. Just to keep it accurate. No offense. A pierogi coin. Right. 50 cents. We're going to do half a party at 50 cents. Maybe October. We'll see how things are going. To the moon. Look at the 24-hour chart. What am I going to see? I see an awesome September still. For the month, we're still up 33%. Not bad. Not too bad. Yes, Anthony. Gotcha. I know. 30-cent party during the live stream. Well, we were just at 30 cents. We didn't do a party the first time. So now reclaiming is like, eh. Ah, Brother Lou, you're kidding. You own the largest Dogecoin mining operation in China. Really? That's awesome. I should have said ni hao. I didn't know that you were in China. But it's not legal, right? It's not legal to do that in China. So how do you get around that? I'm just curious. Just curious about that. I heard someone say this crypto bull run is a bull run for those that have, and small retail is struggling, doesn't have disposable income. So with the rate cuts, this run may extend. Harry 2.0 has not shown up in a while, Raiden. Hasn't shown up in a while. 50 cents will have a lot of satisfied people. You want to do a comparison between Doge and Kaspa. I don't know what you mean by, I mean, there's no way to do, I can't do that. I can only do it this way, Kaspa. They're actually, over the past day, right? That's what you're looking for, right, Jan? It's almost identical. For the past day, it's almost identical. What Kaspa has done and what Doge has done. It's almost a mirror. That's pretty cool. There it is. Doge is in red, Kaspa's in blue. It's a mirror. Yep. Last 24 hours. Now, if we go to 1 week, Dogecoin's ahead. Kaspa's up 4%. Doge is up 8%. Bonk is running. I just got a notification on Bonk. Let's look at the month. Yeah, Doge is just killing Kaspa on the monthly. Kaspa is up. Yeah, can get it. Doge is up 20%. Kaspa is down on the month. And then 1 year, yeah, Doge is blowing Kaspa away. Kaspa is actually negative. Down 44% over the past year, and Doge is up 200%. So, but yeah, for the day, they've mirrored each other. There you go. I got ways to look at things. So nobody believes me when I say Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin, but I show you this stuff. Yeah, welcome to Brother Lou. Yeah, I thought they didn't allow mining in China either. Maybe he's not allowed to tell us. Oh, yeah. How is he on YouTube? Most likely with a VPN. If more and more women hate crypto because Trump is involved, it's their loss. They need to get over that and make some money, right? Just need to get over that and make some money. And don't worry about that stuff. We're here making money. Mark my word. Yeah, Byron. Asia's going to run this up to 30 cents. Yeah, I just got the notification that bonk is pumping. We love the bonk. We love the bonk. Up to 25. Nice. Look at that pump on bonk. It's now well over where it was on Sunday. Doge hasn't quite evened out on where it was Sunday, but bonk is over it. Bitcoin is just not the same chart compared to Sunday. ETH is well below where it was Sunday. Solana is about even now with that big green candle. Dogecoin. Is the QE starting? Well, the QE is the treasury part, right? So is the treasury, like the Fed can stop the tightening, but the treasury does the easing. And I haven't heard that yet. The Bitcoin maxis will eventually FOMO into Doge. No, they won't. They hate Dogecoin. Absolutely hate it. Ah, Duchess, of course. Yes. You're doing the right thing. You just got to ignore the noise. I mean, these people just get so caught up in all the Trump stuff. It's like, it's noise. Ignore it. Do your thing. Have your conviction. Make money. You just let that go. That's all noise. People get all wrapped up. Oh, he's going to run for president a third time. He's not allowed to. No, just ignore that. Just ignore that stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like. Love it. Love it. It said 28 on Coinbase. How did Coinbase get so much higher than Binance? I mean, it could, but usually not that much of a spread. The Fed has not stopped the balance sheet runoff. Okay. Still in QT. You think Doge and ETH will live longer lives than Bitcoin? Yeah, what's going to happen in 120 years when there's no more Bitcoin to mine? There's a lot of theories about that, but I'll bet on Dogecoin because it just keeps minting new coins. The mining continues. What are you mining on Bitcoin in 100 years? You're mining administrative fees? On what? Everybody's just hoarding. Right, they'll earn the fees. But fees on what? How much transactions are going to be actually happening on Bitcoin? It's like, no. For proof of work, it's long-term Doge. And I think you get into Dogecoin mining now, not Bitcoin. And that's what I thought Thumbs Up was doing. That's what BitOrigin should do. BitOrigin's just buying Doge. They need to actually buy Dogecoin miners and get into the Dogecoin mining. Exactly. Ignore the noise. That's all it is. You just can't get all worked up about it. That's Trump. That's what he does. Just ignore it. Doesn't matter. Remember the whole Greenland thing, right? We're going to take over Greenland. That was all a smokescreen for other stuff. They weren't going to take over Greenland. There was nothing about that. You just ignore the noise. That was noise. That was all noise, right? Every month it's something new. Yeah, we want Greenland, right? But it's noise. Just ignore that. Every month it's something new. And it's just like, and the left gets all worked up about it. And it's just like, it's just noise. It doesn't matter. Right, Anthony. Got a great community. Daily shows and videos. A lot of posting on X of memes. Everybody loves the memes, right? Memes. We love it. We love it. And Victoria, nice to have you. The real-time like counter is working again. YouTube is so messed up. Sometimes you guys, your names are the ats in the chat, and sometimes it's back to your names. So it's back to your names again. It's like, it's like, who's running the ship here? Google doesn't care. They just want the money, right? But who's running the ship at YouTube? It's just all over the place. Crazy. They changed the way they were counting views last month. It's like, it's just like, oh well. The price will skyrocket. Miners will still get rewarded. Right, but the price will only skyrocket if people are selling, because there's no more new ones coming in. So someone would have to sell, right? Which then allows somebody else to buy. And so there'll be some fee on that, but nobody's using it as a transactional currency, right? It's going to be like gold. There's no new ones coming out. It's like, Eventually there's no more to mine. And it's in the schedule. It's like 2140. It's like 120 years from now. 115, something like that. There will be no more to mine. It doesn't keep cutting in half. Eventually it just stops. With the Dogecoin miner, do you just plug it up and let it go, or is there some type of app to install to program it? It's both. Yes, you plug it in, and then ElphaPex gives you a place on their website, and you go, and that is where you determine. You have to give it your IP address, right? So it knows it's you, what your IP address is. And then you've got to select your pool. If you're mining through a pool, how are you doing that? And you do that right on that website. And I will show you all that once I get my miner. Once I get it, I'll show you all that. Exactly, Benjamin. 100 years, there may not be any more money. We're all in the matrix. Hey, Joke Smoke. Who got the gift membership? It's Troy Grimm. Congratulations, Troy. You're now a member of the channel. Awesome. Weird stuff. I know, right? Hey, Raul, how are you? Good afternoon. Will I add SWE to my watch? Well, I can't add any more to my watch list here because I've exceeded how many I can have, and I've exceeded it by so much because I created this account before TradingView reduced the number you could have on your watch list, and so I can't add any more. So every time I go to SWE, I have to come over here and type it in. So I still get to it, but I have to type it in each time. That's just the way it is. Oh, Doge, look at that. Almost. 27.93. We're about to hit 28 cents, guys. Woohoo! Yeah, Steak and Shake takes Bitcoin. You can buy a Bitcoin burger. Bitcoin burger. Someday I'd like to do that. That $10 of Bitcoin that I bought at $125,000. Yeah. 27.98. 27.99. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. It's so close. Come on. Push over 28. Come on. You can do it. There it is. 28 cents. We did it. Hey, Brian, thanks for the super sticker, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Look at that. Look at that big green candle on Dogecoin. In 100 years, you're not worried if you have money or not. Exactly, right? Future generations. It's the problem of future generations. Even Peter Brandt said how good the Doge chart looked. Yeah, it's a good looking chart. I agree. Two. Do only green every day. Ha! See what you did there. Ooh. Yeah, we can do that, Maramello. That's worth it. 28 cent Doge? Sure.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Yeah. Penny by penny. Exactly, Toss. Penny by penny. We got 27. Now we got 28. Let's go. I'm keeping my magnet at 30. I'm not moving it. I'm convinced we're going to get to 30 cents. So let's go. Let us go. Woo-hoo. So earlier we talked about like Powell and was he hawkish today? We looked at already looking into October. Polymarket has a 74% chance that we get 25 basis point, another 25 basis point cut in October, 74% chance. And yeah, here we're just looking at the liquidations, a lot of shorts getting chopped up. We got the pinger on. I got a lot of Doge shorts in the 28s. Who's shorting Dogecoin? Shouldn't be doing that. So we got the pinger going. A lot of ETH, a lot of Doge. There's an AVAX, Bitcoin, ADA, Litecoin. A lot of shorts. XRP even. XRP. Pepe. So, yep, a lot of shorts going on. Woohoo. You bought Doge for your kids. That's nice, Peter. That's awesome. That's awesome. I gave my kids money to start a Robinhood account. Well, it was Robinhood for one. It ended up being Coinbase on the other because he was kind of already doing it with Minecraft accounts. He was buying and selling Minecraft accounts for crypto. I was like, okay, awesome. Awesome. Oh. Decent bounce back. That's pretty good. All the fears, right? What was going to happen? FOMC. And it's like, you never know, right? A lot of guessing that the market was just going to completely tank. Was it going to be like 2 weeks, the end of September, everything lower? And nope. Nope. We are going up. Bitcoin is not. Bitcoin's just being a fuddy-duddy. But the alts are moving. Alts are moving up. So then Bitcoin dominance just continues to tank lower and lower and lower. It's getting closer to my red line, back to my red line. That's where it's headed. Right now, that would be about 57.6. So yeah, that's where Bitcoin dominance is going. As Kriss predicted. So yeah, nice move. Show the heat map. Sure, Kriss. Update the heat map. Nothing to see on Bitcoin. But Doge, we got a lot of shorts. And let me go to the 3-day. We'll see all the shorts getting taken out on Doge. Yep. Some big ones too. $9 million. Whew. See ya. What are you shorting Dogecoin for? What are you shorting Dogecoin for? Wow. When is the Doge ETF listing? It's supposed to be tomorrow, Anthony. Thursday. Or for you, today. Or tonight. That'd be tonight for you. I don't know what the data includes, Sean, whether it includes stop losses or just the total liquidations. I don't know. Yeah, we need Asia to pump as well, Sebastian. Agreed. Yes, I have Pengu. Joke smoke. I bought Bonk, Pengu, and Pump.fun as 3 alternative memes outside of Doge for some shorter term profits, and especially Pengu because of the penguin and all the excitement around it. So yeah, Pengu, 3.5 cents. Awesome. Let's go. Get back up to 4, go to 5. Love it. Making money on Pengu. Got to get back up here though. Over 4 cents. We've been tracking this thing for a while. But yeah, we want to get back up here. On Pengu. Doge going higher. Look at that. Penny by penny. Don't need another magnet, Jasper. It's up there at 30 cents. We're going to get there. We'll be waiting to see, Jackson, on the Asian markets. What are they going to do? Yeah, thought we would dump a bit the rest of the day. The markets are saying nope. And it's more the memes. It's the memes and the low caps that are moving more than ETH and especially Bitcoin. That's what we're seeing. More longs will come out of the woodwork, and then the market makers have to figure out whether they can take them out or not. Nashville T became a member. Thank you. Part of the fam. Welcome. Joining in. Hey, Forrest, how are you? I don't know anything about Camino. What is Camino? Camino. It is on Coinbase. It's up 30%. Wow. I don't know what this is. It started trading on Coinbase on September 11th. Wow. Is it tied in with Solana somehow? I don't know what this is. First I've heard of it. Nice day today. 30%. Sweet. Hope you bought some low. What do I think about companies tokenizing? I don't know what the tokenization thing is going to do, BP. I really don't. I don't know how that's going to work out yet, to tell you the truth. Let the games begin. A Bulls fan? No. Celtics. I'm in Boston. Boston Celtics. If it's anything dealing with Elizabeth Warren, I don't like it. Because she loves the banks. No, don't like it. 30-cent crowd, get ready. We'll celebrate live when Dogecoin hits 30 cents again. Okay. 32.34 tonight. I mean, I'd love to see it. Asia opens in another hour and a half. Let's go. Gave my daughter some ETH on a Robinhood account. Told her don't sell it until I say, and she sold. Oh man, right? What can you do? They'll learn though, right? They'll learn. Oh, Doge, Pepe looking strong. Yeah, all the memes looking good. Should be good by the end of the week. My kids are going to take over my account. They think I'm crazy. But they see me. They see me working. They see me doing this. So part of it is just showing them what grinding is and just continuing on and on and on and on and on. But it's all good. RWA. I mean, Peak was supposed to be this big RWA project, right? And the token price just totally tanked. So it doesn't follow price, that's for sure. Peak is trying to get out of a new little hole it dug itself into after this big run. Goes up to 12.5 and then dumps all the way to 8.5. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, that dump there went from 30%. It's like, what are you going down 30% for? I just hold it. We see what happens. Well, thank you, Duchess. Appreciate it. And good luck on all your trades. This could be setting up for a good ETF day tomorrow, Boss Mac. I'll take that. Good day to enjoy. I mean, it's a 4% day now. 4%. Going into the day, if someone said Doge will be up 4% after the FOMC, I'll take that. I'll take that. SEC approved new exchange listing standards to fast-track crypto ETF listings. Interesting. Well, the ones that have been in review for a long time should get priority. Let's get all those trading first. like Grayscale and Bitwise for Dogecoin. Let's go. I know, Marimel, right? What did I say? And that was like that was like at the beginning of August. I said, there'll be another dip at the beginning of September. And there was. Happens every year. Miguel, glad you were able to come in. A good time. Have nice green candles now. Put a lead bar up there. Oh, there's always pullbacks, King. There's always pullbacks. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down into the 27s. So just be ready for that. Consistency is key. You just keep doing it. Why is MicroStrategy underperforming? I think, Nico, that Michael Saylor took it too far with the way he was generating the ability to buy more Bitcoin. That's too much dilution of the stock, of the company's value, like all of that stuff. Now, I didn't go into all the details of their NVM and all that other stuff, but just as I saw how he was just kind of creating this virtual money machine to allow him the ability to buy more Bitcoin, I think people are starting to realize that, I should just buy Bitcoin and not MicroStrategy, not at these elevated MicroStrategy stock prices. You're going to get better returns just holding Bitcoin. And the bigger part is going to be in the bear market. Bitcoin's going to hold up a lot better than MicroStrategy stock. So I think a lot of that is in play. You might do a swing trade if it gets up to 33 cents. Always be careful with that. You bought peak throughout the summer, Raiden? That'll be a nice return if it gets back up there. Yeah, just 20%. Exactly. Not your whole bag, demo. That's good. Toshi is up 50%. Somebody asked about Toshi earlier in the stream, and I was in the middle of something else. Yeah, that was last night. Something happened, Byron. Look at that. Something last night happened. And it just shot up. Almost 90% at the peak. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, that was last night. Big run. Toshi. Nice for anybody who was holding on to that. Hey, Ryan, how are you? I've got lots of videos about forecasting the high. So you have to go watch that, all right? Go look for the video. There's my 2-year Dogecoin and crypto outlook. That's the video you want to see based on the question you asked. You're holding your children's Dogecoin. Separate portfolios. I decide when it's time to. I like that. I decide. I let my kids have their account and then they take it from there, whatever they do. It's theirs. How do these no-name coins go up so much? It's amazing, isn't it, Chris? We hear one after another just going crazy. Like last week, it was Mix. It's like, what is this Mix finance thing? And it's up like hundreds of percent. It's like, wow, crazy. That's when you know we're in a bull market, right? That's when you know we're in a bull market, when that's happening. And what do I see? I see another 25 basis point cut in October. and then yet another one in December. So yes, let's go. Let's go. Bring in the FOMO. Yes. Argentina accepts crypto to pay taxes, except all over X, it was the Bitcoin maxis saying they accept Bitcoin. And I was like, no, they accept crypto. Bitcoin is only one of the cryptos that they accept. And I think it was Buenos Aires. I think it was just like the city of Buenos Aires. I don't think it was the whole country. Yeah, Tim, I mean, the charts look good. And we were charting that, zooming out, looking at Doge, and that a new all-time high was there. So I was going back to this chart. Let me see if I can find the right one. Yep, this one. This is my chart. So this is on a logarithmic scale, and it shows Dogecoin based on percentage gains. And I identified 2017, 2021, and 2025. Stop, cat. Don't step on my keyboard again. Bothering me. I know, it's dinner time. I know. Sorry, cat. Where this is set up to at least go to 73 cents. So that's what I'm looking at, is at least 73 cents. And it's going to be within this green box. So that's awesome. That's what I'm looking at. Very cool. Will Doge crash after the jump below 10 cents? Tanner, where are you getting these thoughts? Doge may never be below 10 cents ever again in its lifetime. And will never go to zero. Hey, Kilmar. I know, right? It's fall now. Hey, F1, how are you, my friend? Yes, good day for Doge. Good day. Camino is the largest borrowing and lending protocol on Solana. Probably why I didn't hear about it, because I don't follow all that Solana stuff. Cool. Good luck. It sounds like the ETF, the first Doge ETF, is launching tomorrow. Yes. Your whole portfolio is up 4%. Well, that helps when Doge is up 4%, right? And you have mostly Doge. It's a good day. Yeah, sorry about that peak, man, Anthony. Oh, I'm still sitting on peak too from up there. I did not take profits. Late night tonight, got the barbecue, got fire pit going. Sounds nice, demo. I've never heard of Doge Maxi. It doesn't sound good. It's probably not a coin, it's a token, and they're playing off the Doge name, so I don't like it. Now, Steve, why would you say that? Let me guess. That's dumb. Did I claim this little jump was going to happen? No, actually, I did not. And I admit that. I also said that the market wasn't going to dump. So I said there would be a lot of volatility and we would come out the other end about the same price as where we started. That's what I said. But don't use that attitude. That's dumb. I keep it real here. I don't claim things here that I didn't say. I try and keep it real. All right? I smoke briskets in a zigzag. I know. Good days, Tim. Doge will hit $1 someday. Never know. Someday. Yeah, Jay, I don't do boxing. Agreed, Braden. Never ever. Sub 10. Dogecoin getting started. Actually, Chris, I don't mind negative Nancy's. I don't mind if you have a view where you think the price is going to go down, but give me a realistic argument as to why you think that. And nobody ever does. Sometimes Anthony has brought some good things forward about why the price may go down. Khan was even doing that for a while. They've changed their tune now because we're in a bull market and prices are going up. No longer perma bears, right? They see what's happening. But you see this and you're still coming in thinking it's going to 10 cents or zero. It's like, well, unless you're kidding, of course. And you put a little LOL or emoji or something. It's like, okay, right, you're kidding. On TradingView, it shows that it opened at 48 cents, Doge USD. I don't know what you're looking at, Ryan. Pick another one. I do Doge USDT on Binance. That's the main chart that I use. That's the most traded Dogecoin is Binance with the USDT pair. And that's what I use. So, how much peak do I hold? I don't even remember. Raiden? I don't remember. That's something I haven't even thought about in so long. Got to go into crypto.com and see what it is. Peak 20,177 is how many peak I have. 20,177. So now it's about $2,000 on my peak. Peak taught a new lesson. Let it settle before you buy. Yeah. I thought, hey, on this one, God, it looks so good. I'm going to buy in early. Yeah. That didn't work out. Pax Cat tried to put in a leverage. He's trouble, I tell you. He's trouble. Can you show the XRP chart? Sure, I don't mind showing the XRP chart. What? You are... I know, it's dinner time. You told me already. Look, XRP is starting to move. Dogecoin is up almost 5%. XRP is up 1.7%. Trouble me. So, 3.08, $3.08 for XRP. It's over where it was on Sunday. So nice, good recovery. Again, I'd say you could still make money on XRP. I just don't like the project. Just don't like it. I will give my October price prediction on October 1st. Anthony remembers what I said before. That's a fact. Set it in stone. So you already know I am very bullish on October. The Dogecoin ETF, the first one is launching tomorrow, and Dogecoin is not going to $1 tomorrow. They say, who's they, Jay? Who's saying they say that Doge Treasury is a mistake? Because that's stupid. Whoever they is, don't be listening to they, right? Does Doge have an infinite supply? Well, over infinite amount of time, you could say it has an infinite supply, but it actually has a very fixed low inflation. Did you know Algorand in the past 4 years has more than doubled the amount of tokens in circulation, where Doge is only up about 3%, which is less than Solana, which is less than XRP, which is less than most proof of stake cryptocurrencies. Dogecoin's inflation rate is less than those on a yearly basis. So do your own research, right? Don't listen to they, whoever they are, because they're spreading FUD, all right? They're spreading FUD. Hey, Henry, thank you. I appreciate it. Hello to Nigeria. Good evening to you, sir. Taken off. Yeah, I bribed you. Exactly, Anthony. But what happened to that 69 Doge? What happened to that 69 Doge, Anthony? Oh. Yep, I get it. Everybody has different targets, right? Some are more bullish than others. AVAX will? No, look at AVAX. AVAX has been trading very well. It's been getting a lot of attention, and now it's like AVAX is pumping. So good for AVAX. Good for you AVAX holders. That's awesome. Nice. Yep, AVAX. Tom, everybody has a different amount that would be a lot to them because everybody has a different financial position in life. So for some people, 10,000 Doge might be a lot, and others, you need like 100,000 Doge to be a lot. So it'll be different for everybody. Yep, it happens. You think it's a good buy, you think you've got a good price, and then it goes down. Right after you buy, it's like, hey, Paul from Germany. Good evening to you. Welcome. Yeah, the US dollar has infinite supply too. Exactly. Just print some more. Turn on the money printer. Dwayne, what would you say to someone up 200% wary of taking profits? Because obviously if you do, you'll have less coins. And then when it does moon, you could have made more. That is the big challenge, isn't it, Dwayne? So in October, we're going to start a whole series on profit taking. We're going to talk about this very thing, where instead of selling everything, we're going to take slices. It's called laddering out, where you sell maybe 10% or 20% on a big green candle, and then you hold the rest for a bit, you see what happens. And if it keeps going up, then you take a little more profit, and you just continue to do that slice by slice by slice. And that way you don't miss out on a lot of gains, but you're never going to be able to pick the exact top. You know, when it moons, right? You're never going to be able to pick the top. So we're going to be talking about that next month. Why BitOrigin and Dogecoin? I think they decided to start Bitcoin mining, and then I think they were like small time guys, right? And no, they weren't getting any attention. And so they invest in Dogecoin, and then everybody starts talking about them because they're nothing in the Bitcoin world. But in the Dogecoin world, they're getting a lot of attention. So there's that. Pepe moving up. Pepe. Yep. Pepe now up 3.5%. Doge up almost 5. They say XRP is going to 10,000. Exactly. They. Got to watch out for they. Them people. They. When I say they, I mean Kriss. No. Kriss knows better. Oh, Victoria, you're in Austria. Well, good evening to you as well. Or good night, I should say. Kind of late there. That's right. You had to buy some eggs. I remember. Stock. Oh, Duchess, I'll have to think about stocks. I can't off the top of my head. I mean, I've got a lot of stocks on my watch list, but I can't just throw out stock recommendations. But I'll think about it, all right? I'll think about it. Because I know you're doing some stock trading. I get it. Thank you, Paul. Hey, I try and keep things fun here, right? It's Dogecoin, after all, that I concentrate on, although I talk about Bitcoin and crypto and all that, and it's money and finances, and many people take it really personally and are all worried when their portfolio is looking bad. But then we get green days like today, and it's like, oh, this is a pretty good day. But I try and keep it light, try and have some fun. Why not, right? Why not? And we got the pinger going, taking out the shorts. ADA, ETH, a lot of ETH. Huge ETH shorts coming out. ETH. Look at that. Whoo. Taking out the shorts, people. Love it. Let's go. Bitcoin is about to hit 117. So even Bitcoin is starting to move now. Look at that. And ETH, my friends, is over 4,600. Whether Ben Cowan said 3,500 or 3,700, no. ETH is going the other way. And with that, Bitcoin dominance continues to drop. Droppity drop on Bitcoin. Look at it, just falling off the table. Bitcoin dominance. This is alt season, my friends. Welcome. Welcome to alt season. We are here. We're sitting on 3 billion SHIB. You know, SHIB is going to go on a big run at some point in time. This isn't it. But at some point in time, SHIB is going to have a big green candle. Marlon, you need to look for that. And rotate it into Doge or Bitcoin or something. Because SHIB isn't going to last for a long time. If you think SHIB is going to be like some world currency, I hope you're not thinking that. I hope you're not. Exactly. DCA in, DCA out. Greetings from faraway Massachusetts. Yeah, neighbor. Virtual protocol doing well. 50 million Pepes. Was looking to hold for 5 years. It's not going to a penny. Or, I mean, yeah, it's not going to a penny. Pepe's not. That would be way too big. I'm not buying a Cybertruck. No. If I was going to get a car, it would probably be the Model X. X Plaid. That's what I would get, not a Cybertruck. X Plaid is a big car. But I like the car, not the truck. AMC to 100K. Asian market could pump it. It's still pumping now. They are the gatekeepers. Well, the gatekeepers don't know jack shit about Dogecoin. Okay. They, exactly. Mars is here for Doge. We talk mostly about Doge. You guys should all know Dogecoin, infinite supply. That's all FUD. It's all FUD. Just as soon as I see that, I'm like, yeah, FUD. FUD. Rockstar stock with GTA 6. And so when is GTA 6 coming out, GridX? What year now? Have they pushed it to 2027 yet? We're waiting. We're waiting. I think you've got better stocks to invest your money in than Rockstar. That's all. We'll be talking about price targets in October, Emery. I do not have price targets for profit taking yet. We got to see what the price action is over the next month. And then I'll start talking about that. You like the slow pump, tends to stick around longer. I know. They blew it last Saturday when all of a sudden I woke up and there was this giant green candle. And I was like, that's not good. And it did come back down. They knew I might be going later, but I can't stay much longer. Jasmine will probably go on a big run, Shreddy, at some point in time. It's not right now. It's really lagging now. I still have a little bit of some Jasmine left. I took most of my profits at 3 cents. It's still 1.5 now. Here's Jasmine. Not even 1.5 yet. Even with these green candles, it's still not back to 1.5 yet. So it's been lagging, but at some point in time, it's going to go on a run. The Illuminati. Bitcoin hit 117. There it is. Yep, 117. It's back. So all that sell-off that we had this morning, it's all back. Thank you, FOMC. I have not heard that, Dan. That sounds like FUD as well. Tesla radiation giving people cancer and migraines? No. Yeah, I don't know what happened in Pennsylvania, Bruce. I've been out of the news cycle today. Was concentrating too much on work, FOMC, and Doge, and here now. So I don't know what happened. She will be a penny before GTA 6. $1 Dogecoin before GTA 6. Short it. Small cap crypto got delisted. Yeah, got to be careful with those. All right, gang. Hey, great trading day today. Following the FOMC meeting, 25 basis point rate cut as Kriss predicted. It hit Dogecoin doing much better on the backside. I thought that we would probably back up around 27 cents. So this is very nice, coming up over 28. Are we going to keep it, hold it as support and move higher? We'll be watching that tomorrow. Doge ETF. Again, not a huge deal, but it's something. We'll take it. It's just funny that a meme coin, Dogecoin, is going to be the first ETF, which is going to be awesome. So look for that. Make sure you're subscribed. Leave any comments after this becomes a video. All my live streams become videos on my channel. So you can always leave a comment a little later. If you want to come back, leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. Hear what you think. I hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.